with all the pointless sequels that Pixar has been making recently, Finding Dory once again seems like exactly that, a pointless sequel. Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, there's nothing in this movie that's gonna make me look at Finding Nemo any differently. But for a film that doesn't need to exist, I found it surprisingly charming, funny, and even kinda touching. It just takes a few minutes to get there. The movie opens up with Dory from the last film suddenly remembering her family. She's shocked by this because she never remembers her family. In fact, even the first film she said, "Where is her family?" She takes this as a sign that she has to go exploring to locate them. This takes us through, honestly, a very rushed-paced intro that has a lot of pointless chase scenes that aren't really that exciting, and truth be told, I really thought this wasn't gonna work based on the first 10 minutes. But when Dory gets to an aquarium, Sigourney Weaver's aquarium, yeah, you'll have to see the movie to get that, she comes across all sorts of colorful characters and, yes, the leadings to where her parents might be. She comes across a whale friend who she apparently did learn whale from, an octopus that can blend into any environment and wants to escape, and even Nemo and his dad follow her to try to help her out, and they also come across a bunch of colorful characters. The funny thing is, unlike the first film where the threat was sharks or jellyfish or any other kind of monsters, in this film the main threat seems to be anxiety. Dory's insecurity constantly gets the best of her, and when she gets lost or she doesn't know what's going on, you see her start to fall apart. Honestly, these are both the best and most stressful parts of the movie. We see this both as an outsider, just seeing her crumble, not knowing what to do, and from her own point of view, where she just freezes and everything seems to be a blur and time seems to move fast and stay still at the same time. These scenes are very cleverly done. But on top of that, it also has the great visuals that you would associate with the first Finding Nemo movie. The ocean looks gorgeous, these creatures look gorgeous, the aquarium, what a great new location! It has a lot of great jokes and it's just visually stunning. I had my doubts that this character, who has a supporting role in the last movie, could hold her own film, but it surprisingly really works. Because it does dive into her real struggles and shows what she's going through, and that, regardless, she keeps trying and, yes, even keeps on swimming. There's a likable optimism that you can look up to, but then also this incredible fear that you can relate to as well. In a lot of movies, when a character freezes, you just say, "Oh, come on, go, get out of there, stop standing around doing nothing." But here, you understand why. It shows why, and you get it. What I like too is even though the movie does repeat a few elements from the first film, it still kind of feels like its own thing while still being a true sequel. I feel like that can be summed up in the climax. The climax is funny, where the original was really serious. This one is not only really goofy, but it has such a strange choice for a song and such a weird slow-mo way of doing it that you can't help but smile with a goofy grin on your face. It's so odd, but it's enjoyably odd. It's a movie that surprisingly won me over, and I'd be more than happy to watch several times in the future. On a side note, I noticed in one of these scenes where Dory is swimming around, there's Herbie in the background. And you can see, it's clearly Herbie, it's the love bug. Well, this just got me thinking. Remember that one movie where he's trying to throw himself off a bridge like the car is trying to commit suicide? Am I the only one freaked out that this confirms he finally did it? Was the Lindsay Lohan movie really received that bad? I don't know, I'm just pointing out that Disney can have a sick sense of humor. I love it, more please. While the first Finding Nemo is technically a better movie in both technology, character, and story, this one's a little bit more fun. I like the visuals, I like the goofy sense of humor, and again, I like the way they show anxiety. There's so many creative approaches in this movie that I really have a lot of fun with. So, if you like the first one, swim on in and check out the second. You surprisingly might have a good time.